So last lesson, we talked about solid shapes, which are also known as 3D shapes. 3D shapes, right? And we learned about the sphere, and we learned about the cone. Sphere and cone. Do you all remember that? Yes? So look on your screen. We're doing just a quick little revision of what we did last day, just so that you wouldn't forget. So the question asks, what is a sphere? So what you are seeing here on the screen is a sphere. Remember, a sphere looks just like a ball. Yes, it's round like a ball. So here's a little reminder about spheres. A sphere is round, okay? Spheres have no corners and they have no edges. Remember we said that? So take a look at these spheres. All of them are round. So this is a ball and it's round. This is a globe, which shows us the earth on which we live. And this is round as well. Here we see a marble and this is round. And here we see a basketball. So spheres are round, which means if I take a sphere, such as a marble or a basketball, and I roll it on the ground, what would happen? It would move because it's round. The way that it's round, it will make it move. If I push it, it will roll. So spheres roll because they are round, right? So we remember that. Next, we spoke about cones. Do you remember the cone? Yeah, I'm sure you do. So what did we say about cones? Well, if you can remember, a cone has a pointy tip or edge, and it has a circular base, which means that the bottom part of the cone is round. All right, it's round like a circle. So if you take a look at this ice cream cone here, now an ice cream cone is something you would see, you know, for a birthday party, for example, and you would see the pointy edge right here, and you will see the circular base right here. And you would have like a birthday hat, which is a cone also, right? You would see that around, you know, like when you have a birthday party and all that. Hey, boys and girls, what we are going to look at, we are going to look at two new shapes. Here I have something called a cube, okay? And here I have a cylinder. A cube, where my arrow is pointing, and a cylinder. Okay, boys and girls? Good. So let us first talk about a cube. Now, a cube is also another solid or 3D shape. All right, meaning it's not a flat shape. And you'll see why just now, right? It's a solid or a 3D shape. This is a cube that we are looking at here on our screen. Here is our cube. Okay, and let's learn a bit about our cube. If we look at a cube, we will see different sides of the cube or different faces of the cube. Now, here you see, do you see the blue face or side? Right. Do you see the yellow side?
Yes.
And do you see the sort of pink side? These are different faces. They are called faces or sides of the cube. All right. Now, if I were to show you a cube is made up of 6 of those sides. 6 sides or faces. So if I count them, it would be 1, 2, 3 sides here. And on this side that you cannot see, that would be 4. This side that you cannot see would be 5, and the bottom that it's standing on here would be 6 sides. Let me count it again for you, all right? 1, 2, 3 sides that you are seeing. 4, this one you can't see. 5, this one you can't see either, and this one, 6. That's where the cube is resting on. 6 sides or 6 faces of a cube. All right. Now, what is it? It is important to remember about a cube is that all of these sides are squares. So 6 squares make up a cube. 6 of them. All right? Squares. So here is a square. That's 1. Here is another square. 2. Here is another square. 3. This is a square on this side that you can't see. That's 4. Good. This one is another side that you can't see. That's 5. And on the bottom, we have another side. Another square. 6 squares, children, make up a cube. 6 of them. 6 squares. Because if you look at this shape right here, watch with my arrow. I'm drawing it with my arrow. I see a square there. A square. And then another square here. And remember, I told you there are 6 of them. And on top, we have another square here. On the bottom, would have a square too. And on those 2 sides that you're not seeing. So squares are the shapes that make up a cube. All right? Take a look at this picture here. Now, a cube cannot roll because of its shape, right? If I take a cube and I try to roll it on the ground, it's not going to roll, right? But here's what we can do with a cube. I can take one and put on top the other like this. And I can stack them up, like if I'm building something. So here I put a cube on top of this one and another on top of this one. Cubes don't roll, but they can stack up, meaning I can pack one on top of the other and they won't fall apart because they're resting on top of one another like that, right? So cubes cannot roll, but they can stack up, all right? Now, here are some cubes that we see all around us, right? For Christmas, you will see a lot of this, a lot of gifts in boxes. A box is a cube, right? It's normally a cube if it is made up of squares, right? So this one definitely made up of squares. So this gift box is a cube, okay? And here we see some blocks again, right? These are cubes also. So if your little baby brother or baby sister has cubes like these, you will see them around your home, right? So you have cubes in your home. And if you have any games, any board games, you would use dice. So this is dice here. And each of these are cubes. So these are some things you might see at home looking like a cube, right? And maybe part of your homework today, I should send you out to look for some cubes at home. What do you think? Yes, you can look around your home and just watch and see if something looks like a cube. Now, you must know it because it takes the shape of a box, right? But that is made up of squares. All right. So that's cubes for us today. And the other shape we want to look at today is the cylinder. Okay, let's take a look at the cylinder. All right. And my question asks, what is a cylinder? All right, let's find out. Let's find out. All right. So here we see a cylinder. A cylinder has 2 circles. One circle on the top where my arrow is pointing, and one circle on the bottom where my arrow is pointing here. So this is a cylinder. It is made up of 2 circles, one on top and one below. All right? Good. And this part of my cylinder is called the face. It's called a face. All right? And we call it a face, but a curved face. It's curved. It's not flat. It's curved. Right? Meaning it goes around, all the way around. Okay, that's this part. Okay? So, let's tell you some things about the cylinder. Remember we said 2 circles, one on the top, one on the bottom, and this part, the face, goes around. All right? So, if I were to take 2 cylinders and try to stack them up, put one on top of the other, We can do that. If I put it to stand like this, it will stand up because the circular part on the bottom, the circle on the bottom will help it to stand up. If I put it on the bottom, if I put it to stand up, it will stand because of that circle on the bottom. Right? So a cylinder can stand. Now, question time. Do you think a cylinder can roll?
Yes.
Yes. Right. Do you see this long part here? I told you it's a face also, but it's a curved face. It's curved. And if I put it sideways like this on the ground and I try to push it, guess what would happen? It would roll. It would roll. So it can roll on its curved face. Okay? And if you want to do a little experiment at home, if your mommy has a can in her cupboard, maybe a can of peas or a can of a condensed milk tin, even a toilet paper roll, you can experiment with that and take it and put it on a flat surface like a table or your floor and roll it and watch and see, because those things are cylinders. So that will bring us now to the cylinders that we see all around us. So in your home, you have cylinders. A can of soda or soft drink is a cylinder. Yeah. Batteries. Do you know that a battery is a cylinder? Yes. Because curved face, if I put it like that sideways and I push it, it will roll. Okay? Here is a drum. This drum is a cylinder too. Circle on top, circle on the bottom, and look, this curved face. Put it sideways, it's gonna roll. So these are some things we may see in our homes. A soda can, even a can of peas, all those cans that you see in your mommy's kitchen, right? And they take this shape here, that's a cylinder. So you may see a lot of cylinders at home. All right, so in our next lesson for mathematics, we will look at one more shape. Today we have learned about our cubes, and today we have also learned about our cylinders. Okay, so always remember the most important thing to remember: cubes stack up. Cubes are made of squares. And how many squares do we have in a cube? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And this cube you're not seeing all, but if we count them, 1, 2, 3, 4 on the side, 5 on the side, and 6 on the bottom. 6 faces, right? That's the most important thing to remember. And the most important thing to remember about a cylinder: 1 circle on the top, 1 circle on the bottom, and this curved face allows it to roll, right? So today, part of your homework, do some experiments. Do some experiments for me. Find a cube, something that looks like a cube in your home, right? You just have to find it and look at it. That's a simple homework. Find it and look at it. Watch the squares, right? Watch the squares that make up the cube. You can even count them, right? So find a cube in your home, right? Find a cylinder in your home as well. Find a cylinder and look for the circle on top of the cylinder. Look for the circle on the bottom. And then put it sideways like this on the floor or on the table and roll it and see if it rolls, right? So that's a little homework that you can experiment with today.